Hello, everyone. This is not a stream. This is only a tribute. I really wanted to stream today, but I've had some obligations and I meant to do them the day prior, but for reasons out of my control, they were pushed back to today, which means that unfortunately streaming has taken a back seat. And I don't know if I'll get an opportunity to stream until after Christmas. So I feel bad about breaking my Wednesday streak, and I do like talking to people. I like doing my streams. It's kind of cathartic. It's like a release. All this pent up stuff that's on my mind, driving me crazy. I need to tell someone. It needs to be documented so when I snap, the FBI can pour through my records and figure out what made this man the way he is. How can we stop other people from becoming like him? They'll look at my streams. There will be dedicated Joshologists who will listen to everything I've ever put out. They'll hunt down the Life is Strange 1 streams and figure it out, piece it all together, publish books about my terrible. But I got some good feedback for the Life is Strange 2 streams, which is nice because I enjoy doing them. They're kind of easy to stream, and I don't know, it's pretty bad. The plot for the second one is a lot more, what's the word, preachy than the first one. The first one's just about lesbians, which makes it kind of like a shitty, boring story. But the second one's now about like Mexicans, and it's racially charged, and it's just pathetic. As I said in my the stream of it, it feels like how foreigners perceive the American situation and life in America through the lens of only the news and Grand Theft Auto. And they have no actual idea of what it's like to be an American and live in America. They somehow think that it's like the 1950s, and it's just really pathetic. So, I don't know. The Star Wars movie came out, and it's appalling. Everyone's making fun of it. There was no hype for the movie, and then when the movie came out, there was hype for it, only because it was so bad. And I've not seen it, and I don't intend to watch it, which makes talking about it kind of a moot point. But it is fun to make fun of a multi-trillion-dollar organization just shitting its pants in public like this. I made this meme because the only positive review I can find about it that gives it like a perfect score says, it's designed to please all parties, so long as you don't dwell on the logic too much. So it's really like, don't even think about the media that you're watching. Just consume more media, and then when you're done, find more media and consume that, and don't ever stop. Don't ever stop, because if you stop consuming, you might actually take a moment and think about the media that you're watching. And if you do that, the illusion is shattered and it falls to pieces before your very eyes. This says a lot about our society. Oh, jeez. I don't think it'll break a billion. I don't think I don't think China will want to see it. What does China get out of a movie like this? There's nothing in it for them. I don't know what China does like, but I probably isn't this. They try to recycle as many of the original trilogy characters as possible, and they just butcher it. And I don't understand. My gripe is, with all this crap, right? You're a multi-trillion-dollar organization. Disney is currently worth more money right now than the entire Bitcoin. Like, if every Bitcoin in existence was sold at its market value right now, it would not be enough money to buy Disney. So how is it that a corporation so massive, so powerful, it is the media like mega corporation, how do you not spend a little bit of money on a script? How do you not get together a couple of script writers and put them in a room and say, look, figure this out. Take a year, take 2 years, take 3 years, maybe even 5 years, and figure out the script for this trilogy. Develop the first movie, figure out a beginning and end, and make it work. And leave some flexibility for the second and third movie so that you can fix things if people don't like how you went with the first movie. But just have an idea of what you're doing before you do it. How do you fuck up this bad? Like, because I thought that Disney would have had a plan from the get-go. It's a purchase of billions of dollars. So when J.J. Abrams came out and said, "Oh yeah, Disney has no fucking idea what they're doing. There's no eighth script. There's no ninth script. We have no clue what we're going to do for the next movie." And then 8 comes out, and I didn't even watch 8. That's when I stopped watching because I heard it was terrible. And the Red Letter Media people, they just say, oh, well, they don't even know what they're going to do with it now because it feels like all the plots are tied up. There's no interesting way to take it. How does it happen? And I don't have a good answer for it. I don't know anymore. Because there is no excuse for it. How do you... I don't know. It hurts my feelings when I see money like that just squandered. And I don't want to talk about Star Wars anymore. Everyone is. It won't matter if somebody watches this video for whatever fucking reason, and like a month from now they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I remember when that movie came out. It bombed. It didn't make $1 billion. So whatever. Stuff happened with Noah Antweiler or Spoonie. I didn't have enough time to prep. One thing I do want to bring up, just because fuck this guy, I'm gonna take a second out of my holiday season to inform everyone that Brian Dunn, aka King of Pole, is the son of a convicted sex offender against minors. He, in the proud state of Florida, was arrested last year for possession of child pornography. He says it was a big political game. The prosecuting attorney was up for re-election next year, so she had to look extra tough on crime, and it was all staged. And it was just one picture, and it was softcore porn, and she was over 18. But he pled out. He didn't fight it. He took probation. He took, like, sex offender registry for life. He took, like therapy, state-mandated therapy and shit. And it's just... I don't know. And it's like the only reason why any of this was found out was because he can't stop coming to the website. No matter what I've tried, no matter what I've threatened him with, he cannot pull himself away from the website. And it's just like, all you're doing is drawing interest to yourself. And I don't understand why you would do this. It's like with Disney. It's like, what is wrong with you? Just take a second to evaluate your situation. Decide what is the best course of action, and then act on it. It's not rocket science. It's not brain surgery. It's not rocket surgery either. It's just the most obvious way to conduct yourself. But I don't know. Now he says he's gone for good, and I don't believe him. He'll be back because he can't. It's like I think it's a fetish. I think it's like a fetish for negative attention where he cannot. Like, he gets off on it. He gets off on being belittled like this. And even if it hurts, like, his kids, if people start making fun of his kids and his parents and stuff, it's all fair game because that's part of, like, the humiliation fetish. It has to be. That's the only explanation I can think of for that kind of behavior. I don't know. It blows my mind. And I guess I can take a second to also laugh at England. That's always fun. Technically, it's not England. As people were quick to point out that the Supreme Court that decided last Thursday that the government can charge you for a hate crime, impose upon you a fine, and then automatically deduct that fine from your bank account and give you no say in it whatsoever, is Scottish and not technically English. It's a distinct court system. But Count Dankula and the pug issue was finally resolved. He's talking about going to the European court about it, like the Human Rights Tribunal. And the European Human Rights Tribunal is an absolute joke. He'd be wasting people's money. Just cut your losses. You live in a dying country. There's nothing good to say about it. Like, I don't know. That's kind of a downer too. He's fought so hard and he spent so much money, other people's money. He doesn't get any of that. He's quite broke. He makes a little bit of his money on Mad Lads and stuff, but Dankula doesn't have a ton of money. People think that, oh, this racist is like laundering money for this court case that doesn't actually get spent. He doesn't get any of that. It goes straight to his attorneys, his solicitors. So all that money's fucking wasted. Scotland has decided that it can literally make like a swear jar and take money for the Queen's vault anytime that you say something that's mildly offensive to them. And it's a joke. Are the Scottish going to rise up? The Scottish are worse than the British. I don't think people know that. The Scottish are worse than the English. It's because the English are very loud. I have to deal with English people. I don't have to deal with Scottish people. They like sit on their mountains eat their intestines and don't say much on the internet, so I don't have to care. It's just you get like a glimpse into it every so often. And you're like, oh wow, these people are actually even more fucked up than their friends down south. That's incredible. I need a happy note. What can I say that's funny? Because Darkside Phil's being foreclosed on. I don't have time to talk about that. I didn't prepare for that. I have absolutely nothing nice to say. Because the only other thing that's really happened worth talking about is I noticed that the forums search rating was really tanking, and I believe that's because of our policy in articles and happenings to quote articles verbatim. Apparently, duplicated content from other websites on the internet really hurts your search engine rating, but that's not positive either. I've had to hide articles and happenings from public until I can figure out how to de-index that board specifically without hurting the rest of the site. I don't know. We can take a second to appreciate the fact that Joker is going to be one of the most profitable movies released probably for quite some time. In terms of like production versus box office, it's going to be hugely successful. Yeah, I think that's it. There's so much more I wish I could say, but I don't have the preparation done. It's like a full thing, you know. I don't just like start talking to myself. I spend about 6 hours, at least 6 hours on the day of preparing notes and stuff, so I can have a clean presentation and not stop to think, not stop to click around. If I'm really good on top of it, I'll do it like a day or two before and have everything neat and organized. So when I have 2 days dedicated to fucking around, I don't, like on the day of the stream, it really hurts. I'm sorry, my friends. I'm sorry I can't do a real stream, and I really am sorry that I can't do a stream. I don't know. Maybe I'll have time for more Life is Strange before Christmas or after Christmas. We'll see. But until then, I'll catch you later.